Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you haven't been here before, welcome. If you have been here before, welcome back. My name is Shannon, by the way. I always try to say that at the first of my videos in case you are a new subscriber. If you are here and you aren't a subscriber but you watch this video and enjoy it, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And you can always hit the bell as well if you want to get notified for any future videos of mine. So today we're going to be talking about the Fenty Beauty Foundation. So the Pro Filter Foundation. So this is what it looks like. I did do a previous get ready with me on this foundation showing application. So I'll post that in the eye in the corner of the video. So you can click on that if you want to check that out. So I wanted to actually come on and do a full review on this product for you guys since I have been wearing it quite often. And I just want to tell you my full thoughts on it. If you're interested in seeing that, then definitely stay tuned and let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so we're going to get right into this video and we're going to be talking, like I said, about the Fenty Beauty Foundation. I have my Sephora app on my phone, so I'm going to read kind of directly from that to tell you a little bit about this foundation. So this is very nice packaging. It's heavy. This is kind of what it looks like. It is very heavy glass, and it does have a pump on the top. You can tell it's been used. It's just a white pump. It is plastic, but it's still very nice. So I do like the packaging on this, if I can get it closed. So I do really like the packaging on this. It is white. If you get the primer, it has more of a pink top, but it's the same type of frosted glass bottle. It does say to shake it well before you use it, so make sure you do that. Now, the package that it came in, I actually have it behind me. The shade I have, by the way, is shade 170, and it's a light shade with cool undertones. So this is actually the packaging, the card that it came in. It looks a lot different than the actual bottle, I have to say that. So it does look a little bit different than what maybe you're expecting. It is called the Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation. I do like the packaging on this. So I did keep that just to show you guys again in this video, but yeah, this is what it looks like. So I'm going to read to you some of the claims on Sephora about this foundation. So it is supposed to be a medium coverage, which I do agree with, but I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a moment. It does say for skin type sensitive, normal, dry, combination, and oily. I don't think many foundations are good for every skin type, so I think that's not really a correct claim, but I'll also tell you about that. The finish, it says, is matte, and it says it is buildable to full coverage, so medium to full coverage. And there are 40 shades in this, which has been getting a lot of hype, especially like here on YouTube, and also I think just because it is Rihanna. It's not actually her brand though, I believe it's Kendo, but she is kind of the face of the brand, so of course it has kind of really blown up and there was a lot of hype around it. One of the big things was that it's very inclusive, like shade range. There's something for everyone. Now, I will say there's other brands out there that have that many shades or have released with that many shades. But I don't know, I think it's good that they did, but I don't think it's anything groundbreaking. I do agree that a lot of makeup companies come out with like 10 shades or 15 shades, and that's like their full shade line. So I think it's pretty awesome for a launch to come out with 40 shades, but I don't think it's necessarily groundbreaking by any stretch. This is formulated paraben free, so there's no parabens in it. And I believe this is a cruelty-free line. If I'm wrong about that, comment below. I'm going to give you some more information on what they say about this foundation on Sephora. So they did say they did receive exclusive insights from the world's top makeup artists. And they figured out what it takes to have a balance of tone and texture to make the foundation work on every single skin type. I'm going to go into a little bit about my thoughts, my personal thoughts on this foundation. So I have been wearing it for a while now. I do like this foundation. I don't think it's my favorite foundation though. I would recommend it definitely for certain skin types. Now, if you are maybe more on the oily side or you have more normal skin, I think this would work for you, and maybe combo. Now, if you are dry, I definitely would stay away from this, or if you have a lot of texture, or maybe you suffer from like acne or cystic acne, something that causes, or you have like a lot of scarring. I don't know if I'd recommend this because I think it would cling to everything. It's not it does blend out pretty easily, but I do find that I prefer to use it with like a larger oval brush. If I use my normal foundation brush, I do find it starts to leave streaking. So I would suggest either an oval foundation brush or maybe a beauty blender to apply this. That's just my personal preference and what I've found from it. I don't agree, like I said, that this is for every skin type. It just isn't. Most foundations aren't. I'm not sure why they even made that claim. A lot of foundations do, and everyone has different skin, so not every foundation is going to work for you. But yeah, I do like the finish on this. My big issue with this foundation is that I don't think it's as long wear as they claim. I've paired this with a lot of different primers as well as setting sprays, and I do find certain areas start to break up probably after like the 6 or 7 hour mark, which I do have foundations that last 12 hours or more. So that was one thing I had an issue with. I always found around my chin area where I touch a lot, the foundation had come off by that point, or I had noticed that a lot of it was missing down along this area and around my nose. Now around my nose, I don't judge too much because I have that happen with a lot of foundations because you are always kind of touching around the area or rubbing. So I kind of understand that, but I generally don't lose foundation down here. That was my only, though, really small issue with this. And also, just like I said, that I don't really agree with all the claims on it being good for every skin type, but I would say that about any foundation. As far as pairing this with the primer that goes with it, I don't own, but I do think it's a good primer to pair with this. It is a water-based foundation, which I kind of wasn't expecting when I see medium to full coverage. You think of a thicker foundation. This is definitely more water-based, and that is the first ingredient in this. So keep that in mind. Don't go for a silicone primer because it will not pair well with this foundation. It'll break it down. So just keep that in mind. It does say, of course, to shake it well. Generally, any water-based foundations will tell you to shake it up well before you use it. But yeah, overall, I do really like this foundation. I would recommend it. Now, it is $42 here in Canada. I believe it's $32 maybe in the States, or a little bit more, around the $30 range. So there is a little bit difference in pricing, which always happens in Canada. We are used to paying more money for our products. But yeah, I like the foundation. I think overall it's a good foundation to try out. I would suggest getting a sample at your local Sephora if that is an option for you. But if you do have a lot of texture, a lot of dryness, you are not going to like it. It's going to cling to every area of like everything on your skin, and it's just going to emphasize it. I don't necessarily think as well, I want to talk about the coverage. I think it's more light medium coverage on first application. You have to use quite a bit of product to build it up to like a full medium, or I wouldn't say like a full coverage, but yeah, if you want a full coverage, you're going to have to build it up a lot. It does build up easily, which is nice, but you do have to use a lot of product if you desire a lot of coverage. So I'm just going to tell you that right now. Other than that though, I do like the foundation, and I mean, I don't regret buying it. I do use it frequently. It's not my favorite, but I have a ton of foundations though, and that is probably why. It's not my favorite just because I switch foundations so often, but I do like it. I am happy it's in my collection. I think she did a good job for just putting out, you know, that makeup line. I mean, she obviously worked with them and didn't design probably everything herself, but I think she worked pretty closely with them. So I think it's pretty impressive. Of course, everyone loves Rihanna. There is some hype around this, some good, some bad. If you do go on Sephora though, the foundation has, I think, around 4.5 stars almost, so that's really good. So I think that's it for this video, guys. I really appreciate you guys watching. Of course, if you enjoyed, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Of course, this is my opinion. Your opinion may be different. You can let me know down in the comments. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, all of us have different opinions, but that's just my thoughts on the foundation. I love that you took the time to watch this, and I hope you enjoyed. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.